Alright everybody, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be live backtesting one of the strategies that I use all the time. It is super simple, super effective, and it gets the job done. As you can tell, here is my month of August on TradeZella. This is my TradeZella journal. Here is my monthly P&L up there. And here's everything that we have done this month. Okay, completely transparent. This is a real thing. Scroll on it, there's the next month coming up. Here's this current month, not a screenshot. So yeah, this is full transparency. This is August for me. Been a super good month, just like July was an even better month as well. So yeah, guys, it's been great. It's been amazing. And this is just going to be a backtesting video of the strategy I use. Okay. And first thing I will do is actually head over to TradingView and explain what I do for this strategy. And then we will hop onto TradeZella's backtesting software and actually backtest the strategy. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel, comment whatever you guys want to comment. You know me, just looking to spread the channel so I can spread the gospel as well, help you guys out with trading. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the chart so I can show you exactly what this strategy is. All right, guys, so I first want to start off by showing you the trade I actually took today using this exact strategy. Okay, I call this strategy the 15-minute orb mixed with an imbalance entry. Okay, and just for transparency and proof, I'm going to open down this window right here. As you guys can see, this is my Apex account right here. I'll even scooch the screen over. Bang, there you can see PA Apex, not an eval, PA. And there's my balance right there. Okay, perfect. And here's the entries and executions. We had a great day today. So yeah, perfect day. Another thing is, talking about Apex right now, they are probably the best prop firm in the game when it comes to getting started and stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys don't have like thousands of dollars to put into a trading account or to drop on a trading prop firm. If you actually use Apex right now, they are giving up to 70 to 80 to 90% off. So if you use code JMM, it'll be in the bottom left corner down there. You can get up to 90% off on your evals. I mean, I really don't know another prop firm that is doing stuff like that right now. So go ahead and tell me if you find another prop firm, with evals of 90% off that you can get started for like 30 bucks, 20 bucks. I've even seen an eval for like 18 bucks. Then yeah, but that's Apex for you. Another thing is, when I was using that trading journal before, that was TradeZella. They offer, complete in-depth trading journal for all your linked accounts and stuff like that. Same thing, they offer a backtesting platform. My code for that will also be in the bottom left corner if you want to get a percentage off your order. So without further ado, I'm going to explain this strategy and then we're going to get into backtesting it. So to start with the explanation of this strategy happens every single day. Okay, you cannot miss this strategy because it has to do with the 945 candle. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is head to the 15-minute time frame when market opens. You're going to wait for 945. Okay, so what happens at 945? You mark off the top wick and the bottom wick of that first candle that closes at 945. That first 15-minute candle, as you can see, 15 right there, that first one that closes and the new one opens right here at 945, that previous one, you're going to mark off the bottom wick and the top wick. This is known as your 15-minute opening range breakout. Okay, this is a range, an area of support resistance that has a lot of liquidity, a lot of resting orders, and a lot of volume around the area. Okay, so that's the first step. The next thing you're going to do is switch down to either the 5-minute or the 1-minute and wait for a significant close into the area. Okay, right here. Let's go over there. As you guys can see, right here, we had a clear distribution to the downside. And keep in mind, if this was happening to the upside, you'd look for a clear distribution just like this to the upside. Okay. Then what you are waiting for to happen is the distribution that occurs coming to the downside is you are looking for a gap to be created. So here we are. We have this imbalance being created. Next, you are either waiting for price to reject off of it like this to give you the move down, or you are waiting for price to inverse it exactly like we got today to be able to take the trade. It's the same thing up here. You are waiting for something like this to occur. Bang, imbalance right there that gave us the displacement past the zone. Then what do you get right here? Let's see, let's mark this all the way out. You get a potential reaction right here. Stops just at the bottom here. You could have rode this up. You probably would have got stopped out. You probably could have put break even with this right here, but extended, depending if you had your stop extended like some people do, you could have made a decent amount of money. But you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And if no gap is created through the displacement coming to this area, you are simply just waiting for a gap to be created. So let's say like you didn't use this gap right here because it became too old. Well, then look, you can have this gap right here. Bang. Price comes back, inverses it, and then you could enter right there. Sure, that's a losing trade, but you understand what I'm saying. You get the point of what I'm saying. So that's the gist of the strategy. You're basically looking for an imbalance to be created at your power level of the 15-minute orb low or high. So now that you guys have a basis understanding of what I'm looking for in the strategy, we'll actually get into backtesting a little bit of examples here. We'll probably do a couple. No switching. I could lose all the trades I do on this backtesting session, and I'd still show you guys for full transparency. But this is basically the gist of the strategy. And without further ado, let's get into TradeZella's backtesting software, and let's get into backtesting. All right, guys, welcome to TradeZella's backtesting software. So TradeZella is really the whole package, man. You get a trading journal that connects to all your accounts that you link it to, and you get a backtesting software all built in one. I mean, you guys might want to use that code down there on the bottom left. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So we're on the 15-minute time frame, and as you can see right here, it says 9:45. So what are we going to do? We're going to take this candle. We're going to mark out the high of the wick right here and the low of the candle wick right there. So that is your opening range 15-minute breakout. Okay. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to switch down to the 5-minute, or like I said, the 1 minute. You're going to wait for a significant displacement to the downside. Okay. That's not the greatest one. That one's. Now we can switch back to the 1 minute time frame here. Okay, what do we have? We have a gap right here. We have a gap right there. We also have a gap right here. Probably go with this gap on the bottom right here just because it's closer to the orb line. So now we could wait for price to pull back into the area like this, or it inverses it like this, to which now I would enter a long position. Target something like that. Do you guys understand the gist of what I am looking for here? Now we can play out this trade and see what happens. And we get stopped out in one candle. Okay, that's just how it goes sometimes. But that is the gist of what I am looking for. All right, guys, so here we are on the very next day. As you guys can see by the date up here, what we're going to do is actually move our orb there and there. So there we go. We get our top and our bottom wick marked off. Now we will head down to, like I said, either the 5 or 1 minute time frame. Last time I used the 5 minute, this time we'll do the 1 minute. Like I said, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is wait for good candle closures and displacement and trading above. But see here, while we're actually chopping around in this area, this is a no trade zone for me. So if I'm not entering a trade here, then I understand, okay, you know what? I can avoid these choppy markets. So now we can wait for, okay, so we get moves outside. Okay, we're getting fair displacement. Okay, finally, we get some displacement and some rejections and some reactions above the orb line. And actually what it looks like, okay, yes, we are going to create a gap here. This is an imbalance right by the orb line. So you got 2 valid points right there. Bang. Okay, so we're going to retest and bang. Okay, so we hold off the area multiple times there. This would be a great time for me to enter a short. We'll go top there, and we will target this area of just simple moves like this area of market structure right here, just like that. And we'll go ahead and enter the trade, and we will see if price can take us down there, and it does. And that is going to be take profit for us. So you guys see what I'm saying? You're looking for gaps to be created here at your power level. Okay, the orb line is your power level, and it's where there's going to be volume, where there's going to be orders, there's going to be liquidity, etc. That's where you were looking for gaps to be created, and then you were looking to take trades off reactions of how those gaps play out. So whether that's an inverse or a retest and a rejection, just like this one. All right, guys, so next day here, as you guys can see by the date, August 24th, no skipping to new dates. We're going to go directly in line here. This is live backtesting. So you guys know the drill by now if you've been watching the video. We're going to mark off the top wick. We're going to mark off the bottom wick, and we're going to wait for our displacement. Go down to the 1 minute time frame. Oh, wow, we get a lot of displacement already. So let's look for a gap. We got a gap right here. This is the gap leading up to the orb line. So that's a good gap right there. We'll extend this because I have a feeling. Okay, so this might be a no trade day. Wow, we are coming all the way back down. Okay, so let's actually play this carefully here. Yeah, I could enter here, but I mean, look at all this. This is a huge downtrend right here. Massive. It is very risky after price with that 10 a.m. volume and everything has come all the way down here and tried to play off this trade. So I'm going to look for the inverse of the gap here particularly. And if we miss out on the inverse and price ends up taking itself all the way back up here, then so be it. That's just the game of trading sometimes. But because of this massive downtrend, I am going to look for an inverse. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this instead just because of the massive downtrend as I mentioned before. We'll stop quick here. We'll target this line right here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and enter this position. Okay, perfect. That's a good trade. That is the type of decisions you have to make in trading sometimes, okay? A lot of traders would have seen that this fair value gap was being rejected off of and are like, okay, well, let me take it. But not realizing that some sort of selling pressure with 10 a.m. volume just created all of that. That is a lot to try to say, okay, I'm going to try to beat this trend, okay? It has been trending up all day, as you can see. It had its retracement. The 10 a.m. volume gave it that retracement to try to say, okay, I'm going to try to place this trade right here and try to beat that volume and bring it all the way back up here. That is the sole reason I did not enter that trade. And I waited for the inverse. And as you guys can see, the trade played out perfectly. So we'll head on and do one more day here on Friday. All right, guys, last day of the week here is Friday, as you can see up here. So we will go ahead and we will mark out our orb high and our orb low on the 15-minute candle that opens at 9:45. You guys know the drill. That closes at 9:45, I should say. Head down to the 1 minute here and we'll wait for our displacement. Okay, so we get a fair amount of displacement here, but yeah, I don't see any gaps. You guys see any? I don't see any gaps. Okay, price gives us a gap there up to the orb. So we finally get our gap into the orb line. And now we wait for a retest or an inverse. Okay. Yeah. Price inverses it right there. As you guys can see, we'll go ahead and enter the position here. Stops a little bit above there. We'll target simple 1 to 2.3, something like that. Very light, fast, quick scalps. As you guys know, that's how I like it. I don't like to be sitting in trades for hours and hours. And we will go ahead and play this out. And we're going to hit take profit. And that's that, guys. That is that, guys. It is that simple. Okay, there's none of these draw out 400 different lines and charts and everything. That's that, guys. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the results now and what our win rate percentage and everything like that. You guys can see this is the results. So for the 4 trades we took during the week, we totaled $4,950 with a win percentage of 75%, 3 winners and 1 loser. And as you guys can see, this is the chart, all that good stuff. And I just want to show you guys, this is the great part about TradeZella. TradeZella gives you all these stats, even for backtesting. Okay, not only do they do this for your real trading journal that you connect your real accounts to, but they even do this for backtesting. So yeah, guys, this is a simple strategy. I outline simple strategies on my channel all the time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this strategy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one.